Hello! Welcome
Hi.
to the stream, everyone. My name is Lauren, and you're watching Lauren Learns Things. Today, I am joined by Julia, and she's on my team. We're super excited to be working together today. This is your first time joining the Lauren Learns Things stream, but Julia, you stream quite a bit in all things Node-RED.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be here today. Thank you, Lauren, for having me.
Of course, I'm super excited to have you. You're just such an expert in this space, and I'm excited to kind of dip our toes into the water. I've never touched on any of these low-code tools or apps before on this stream before, so this is like beginning space. This series is called Lauren Learns Things, so I feel like that's a great thing for us to dive into today and just kind of like learn where to get started in the world of Node-RED. And actually, we should probably just declare what Node-RED is before we even get started. So just to set some like expectations around, I guess, like definitions. What is Node-RED all about?
Right. So to do that, I usually go on node-red.org because their description tends to change quite a bit.
Let's do that. Okay, let's see. That's a little preview of what we're going to be doing later on. Node-RED.org. Here we are. Okay.
And their tagline is low-code programming for event-driven applications.
Event-driven applications. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
that tagline keeps changing, but that is quite a good one. Initially, they started with hardware IoT. So that's the origin of Node-RED. Okay. But then people started using them for APIs and basically just wiring together everything. If you think about your phone, it could be an IoT device.
Right.
And then wiring that together and different APIs. So
okay.
It's gone a really long way.
From the beginning.
Yes. So
cool.
It's a graphical interface.
Okay.
That is a Node.js application. It runs on top of Node.js. So enabling people who are not exactly familiar or comfortable writing code to still use APIs, interact with different products to build out their ideas in a drag and drop manner.
Yeah, and that's an interesting piece that you talk about. Like, I think the flow is what's really interesting, that it's super visual, graphic UI, as you said. And so that is hopefully maybe something, if you are joining us today or watching this in the future and you're curious about code, but like aren't quite yet ready to have like chosen a stack that you're wanting to, or like a tech language to pursue, this is a nice place to see the full pipeline of something maybe and see something execute. I think that's like a nice safe space. So those of you that are watching right now, maybe you've played with it before, maybe it's brand new to you, but I say let's just dive in. Today, Julia, we're going to be working through this particular workshop, which if you in the chat add the command, what am I doing, you'll be able to get a link to this and can follow along with us, I suppose. Sound good?
Sounds amazing.
Okay, cool. So this was originally put together for like helping people when we were doing an internal hackathon. Is that right?
Yes. Cool. It's a little bit of an introduction to an internal app that we are doing. Well, it's open source. So we took, together with my colleague Sam, Node-RED and wrapped it up in an Electron app so that you don't have to install it on your machine and run it using a command line, because it kind of defeats the purpose of first-time low-code experience.
Sure, good point.
So that is Workbench, what we are going to use today, which is a Node-RED instance bundled up with Ngrok. That is a tunneling service to make everything handy and easily accessible.
Okay. So if you're all following along and getting started, what I did right before this call started, I downloaded this and installed it onto my machine. I did have to give permissions to my machine locally for it to download because it was, from an unknown developer. So just, you go into your settings and modify that and make sure that it accepts it. And you should be able to have it running then on your machine. Let's see what that looks like right here. Okay, so this is my workbench. This is Node-RED running. And I guess I should jump back to your tutorial though and follow that.
Yeah, sure. Would you like a quick intro of what the interface is and where you can find things?
Yes, that's a really good point. We are using ngrok more and more from the chat. Actually, look, I can bring the chat into, ooh, look at that. Hey, Wire, you are now, that's a new feature we're playing with today. But anyway, your point was that we're using ngrok more and more. We use ngrok quite a bit. And it's a way for us to expose what we're doing locally, right? For us to interact with then at large. So we definitely big time proponents of using it with our APIs. But yeah, so you're gonna walk me through, Julia, what I've got open here.
Yes. So this is how every instance of Node-RED looks like.
Okay.
Even if you download it, install it on your machine and then start it. It's called the editor because there is a runtime that we cannot see, but this is your Node-RED editor.
Okay.
In the left-hand side is what you call a node palette. So those are the nodes that you can drag and drop into your workspace or canvas that is in the middle section.
Is this is the canvas right here, or my workspace?
Yes.
Both are synonymous, I assume? That canvas and workspace?
Yeah, it's not really a strict terminology.
It's cool. So you have you can write a switch function, or that's so interesting. Okay, so we have all of these here.
So those are the default nodes.
Okay.
As a default install, you get a couple of them. Also, ours is bundled up with the Vonage nodes, as you can see. So those two are the voice webhook and return NCCO, which go under the network. But if you scroll further down, then we have
look at all these
other
ones. Okay.
So what is green? That would be voice API.
And then
we are mirroring in Node-RED our Node SDK 1-to-1.
Yeah.
So it might be a good intro for someone who is familiar with Node already.
True.
If someone is interested in seeing how that mirroring works, tomorrow at 10 a.m., I'm going to be talking about that. The purple is the SMS API. Sorry, pink.
Yeah, and then this bluish purple is verify, and then insight. Oh my gosh, y'all have added a ton in here. This is so cool.
And there is also a dashboard section, which we are not going to use today, but it also comes bundled into Workbench.
Amazing.
If you ever find that you need something that is not in there, then on the right-hand side, there is a hamburger menu and a manage palette.
Yep. Oh, wow.
And there you can see everything that is already installed, or you can go and search for a certain package.
Yeah, over 2,500 modules available. Very cool. Okay, so that's interesting. Thanks for kind of helping me explore. So it looks like I could have multiple tabs open on my canvas. Okay, cool.
Yes. So in Node-RED, we have three kinds of context. One is the message, as in everything that is wired together.
Okay.
It's going to be a message object and its properties. Okay. So you can refer to it as message.something. If it's on the same tab, that is a flow. It's a flow context, and you have the global context, which is across flows.
All of them. Okay, cool. I will try and like use those in my language when I'm making sense of it, just so I can practice it. Okay, cool. This is neat. So let's see what's here. Deploy, modified flows.
We usually just use a full deploy.
Okay.
That is your save and deploy button.
Got it.
And there is the bug illustration, which is your debug area.
Love it.
That's where your debug messages are going to appear.
Cool. Press enter to edit the first node in the current set selected.
Oh, and info is, so now if you go on any node on the node palette and click on it, then the info area will be updated with details about that specific node.
Oh, I see. So I can
it's
read
like
more
a mini
about
documentation.
Love that. That's great. How helpful. So you can confirm your changes in the node edit tray with enter or cancel them by escape. Cool. This is so helpful. Like how intuitive all of this kind of information that it provides is. Love it. This is so fun. Okay. Oh, and then this would be if I have a really big space and I need it. Okay. If I need to zoom out on it. Okay. This is great. So I feel like maybe I've touched all of them, touched all the possible buttons. Oh, here's some more configuration nodes, context data. Okay, cool.
Yes, we'll get there once we have something in the workspace.
Okay, cool. So should I jump back to our tutorial?
Sure.
Okay. So great. So we've downloaded that. And when you first enter in, you just like pop in admin password. And that's where we are. But we need to work on our settings, it looks like. Yeah?
So you don't need to, but it's suggested. Like for the first time together, we can skip it. It's good to secure your Node-RED instance because everyone with the address can edit your flows because it's a visual editor, and then you can make changes in it, which is, well, might be desirable, might not be.
Yeah.
And then you can configure the ngrok settings
in there as well
with region, and in case you have an ngrok account, then you can use your auth token.
Nice. Do we need to have an ngrok tunnel open right now, the two of us though?
Not right now. A little bit later, possibly.
Okay.
So if you'd like to do it first, then we can just start the tunnel because it's going to be running for 8 hours anyways.
Sure. Let's see. All right.
You had that in Workbench.
In Workbench?
Yes. So.
Oh, we do it just not in the editor.
That we cannot see because you're sharing an application, but you should have a menu with settings, and in settings you should have ngrok.
Oh, okay. All right. So settings. Settings. Keyboard.
One level higher, as in.
Here? Like there. In my actual. Yes. Okay. Here we are. Okay. So my auth token for ngrok, I need to look up privately, right? Because that's obviously not
actually something. We can leave those as they are, and then you just go save. Looks good.
Oh, just save it.
The will be
I don't have anything in there.
Cancel.
Oh, cancel. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It is very much a work in progress right now.
Cool. That's okay.
And in the top menu bar, you can select ngrok and connect. Like.
Oh, I see. Connect.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if y'all can see that. I feel like I have a hidden. That's right.
You did get a notification that it's connected, right?
Well, hold on. Let me just show. Let me take off our header and footer. Okay, now you can see ngrok. Let me disconnect it. So now it goes connect, and I think I turned off my notifications for this because I sometimes get text messages, and so I'm going to turn off my ngrok here. What's happening? Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my workbench, and I have ngrok. Okay, I can add our. So the reason I keep this header and footer up, y'all, is because the thing down, well, wait, I can point to it easier if I'm over in this view, over there. And that, yeah, it's so funny. You're like doing a mirror version. Yeah, that is for you all. So I want to make sure I have that up at all times because that's for the audience to use. Each month I have a new code. I want you to get 10 euros worth so that you can play with our APIs. So that's my gift to you. Happy Tuesday. Okay, back to this view so that we can, okay, so have ngrok running. I'm going to copy that URL, and then what should I do with it? Oh, I should go back to my settings, right?
No. Oh. That's all set.
Oh.
Whenever you need that URL, you can just grab it from there.
Oh my gosh, how handy.
Actually, you're going to need it in your dashboard at some point. But for now, we're set, so we can move on to the next step. Okay. Ready to tackle the Vonage side of things? Okay. So that is, let's go to dashboard, and we'll log in. Okay. What shall we do here? What are we doing? Make a new application? You have your API key and secret ready. That's good. Shall we start with SMS then? Yeah, let's stay in the world of SMS for now. Okay, so then back to Node-RED. That is Workbench. I am so sorry for switching you. No, I feel this is exactly how I would work through things. I feel like, this is like this is the flow of things. I realize I want to have this on, I want this one. I have two different windows open, and I want it on this tab. This is the, okay, so should I go to Vonage credentials? You kind of walk us through how to get our API key and secret. That is what y'all see right here. These two, don't show your secrets. We know from this stream almost every time that I usually show it. So we'll see if I do today. If I don't, or if I do, if I don't, it's okay. Save space. I'll just rotate it. But okay, so in the SMS world, what do we do, or how do we? So we're gonna go to the Vonage section of the nodes, which currently is next to. Okay. And find the SMS node. That is the pink-ish one. Okay. Oh, should I drag it? Ooh, cute. Drag it. Yes. Dragging it. All right. Maybe leave a little bit of space in front of it because this is where the event-driven things come into play. We're gonna have to set off our flow. Got it. Later on. Okay. So to edit a certain node, you double-click on it, and then the node editor comes up. Cool. So we have to add a new Nexmo basic. So that's the correct option, and then you click the edit button next to it. Okay. And this is where API key and API secrets will go in. Then let me just throw that up really fast while I grab those. And what Node-RED is going to do is going to create config node. Okay. And that config node will be used to store your API key and API secret as config data. So you will not have to do this again for Nexmo basic type of authentication. Okay. Then I'm going to take off our secrets. I think we're good. Okay. Does it use the SMS API or the Messages API for SMS in Node? This is SMS for now. Okay, but we could, I suppose, I'm sure that's another feature that will be added soon, is using the messages too. Yes. Yeah. It's good question. Progress.
Great, that's fun. Well, it's open source, right? So it's something maybe people could be helping out with in Hacktoberfest.
Yes, definitely.
I feel like that's where my head and brain, last week we talked about open source work, and that's where my head is right now. But yeah, okay, cool. So we have here, it's added, we all know that that's my key, but you don't know what my secret is. And what's next?
So 2 is the number you're sending it to. From is going to be, since you're in the US, I believe that's going to be one of your virtual numbers.
Yep. Let's go grab one of mine. Yes, in the US, we need to use this. Okay, let's copy that one. And if you don't have a number, you can rent it very easily. And it's going to be the from, right?
Exactly.
And you know what? Let's get my burner phone for the stream up. Is it on? Of course it's not on, Lauren. Why would you think to turn that on? Okay, I'm going to pull it up and we can all see it on the stream. Hopefully we'll see. I mean, TBD. Okay, so that's plugged in. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. Let me remember what my phone number is for. Oh wait, I think I saved it on my notepad. Burner phone is this. Okay, so that's gonna go here. Put a 1 there. Uh-oh. Okay, so that's just my phone number. And now I need to pull up Visor so that y'all can see if, let's see the phone. Visor, no, let's do that later. View, there she is. Come on. Come on. Ah, there it is. Okay. Fabulous. So if we get a message, we'll all be able to see. What now? What do I do now?
So next, the text field, whatever message you would like to send to yourself, and you can enable Unicode. So maybe finish with a smiley face.
I love smiley faces. Okay. Oh, where'd that go?
There is a, yes, command space toggles the edit section.
And so I'm going to add the Unicode ability there. Okay.
Yes. So I'm not sure if you've noticed, but all these fields correspond to the SMS API. So you can, if you ever aren't sure about how any of these work, then in the info section you can scroll down and it should have a link to the SMS.
Oh no! Oh, there's an
reference.
Oh my gosh! Hold on, sorry, my phone. Do you all have Amber Alerts in the UK, where like if a child is abducted, you get a notification to your phone? Feels like a very US thing. So, yeah,
I haven't really.
Yeah, it's a terrible thing that sometimes you can't, even if you're on Do Not Disturb. Well, actually, it's a great thing because then it helps everyone like find. But anyway, it was going off, but I canceled it. Okay, cool. Oh, look. So here I can double check. I can see. All right, I need the key.
And you can look up what any of the fields mean. So I think
cool.
Yeah, just a quick reference if you ever need more details than is available in Node-RED.
That's so nice. So that is always there for folks if you want to read more on the documentation. And yeah, okay.
Seems all good. So you just click on done and that saves it.
Okay.
Now this is the SMS node all set up, but we have to set it off. So to start the flow, we have an inject node.
Okay, so I should look
for all the way up, or a quick you can just.
Okay, so inject. Oh wait, why did it turn to timestamp? Oh,
because that's the
because you
default
can-
value.
You can swap it to whatever you want it to
But
be.
you can start, yes, because it starts it with a certain value. Now you can leave it on timestamp because we don't need any additional information or any variables in there. So we're not going to use it. We just need that impulse, that event that sets up the flow.
Okay.
So this looks good for now and done. And then you drag a wire in between the two, like click and drag. Oh, like that.
Like that? Okay.
And we can also use a debug node, which is underneath the inject.
Is it like come off to the side, or do you have it like be in here?
I usually put it at the end.
Okay.
And
Can you
in
send
there,
a message class in Node-RED, send a class 0, which looks similar to an Amber. Oh, definitely a North American thing. Okay, I don't know if you can. A message class. What's a message class? Like a bad, so he's talking about an emergency alert. I have something in my eye. Hi, Noreen, by the way.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Gosh, what does the matter with me? I guess that's something we can look at in a moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we have that enabled.
That'd be cool.
But would be cool.
Oh, this is a good, go check out our SMS API right here. It's under the request body. Oh, you can. Oh, you were just showing us. You weren't just saying. Maybe you can, but maybe not in Node-RED.
You can probably customize the request. Oh, that's a bit, yeah.
That was so funny. Okay. Message. Class? Oh, message class. Yeah, look at that. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, so in theory, we could, but let's, okay. I don't know.
Things get a little bit more complicated when we're not going with the out-of-the-box most common setup, but it can definitely be done.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That's
maybe
cool. That'd be something we could build maybe next time. I like this. That's a good idea. Okay, so adding, did we need to do anything to this debug?
Yes. Click on the drop-down menu and select complete message object.
Okay.
And then this will allow us to see
information. Yeah.
Yes, the whole structure of the object. Now we deploy.
Okay, and that goes right here.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you switch from the info sidebar to the debug sidebar, and now click on the button that is on the inject node.
Oh, this little thing? Yes. This will make it happen?
Exactly.
Oh, look at that. So we have a message ID.
Yes, and you can expand the payload. That's where most of your information is going to be. And there will be, yes. And you should have received an SMS.
That is really the question. I don't think I did. Is it possible that my phone hasn't been prepaid? Because it's not my real phone. And so it's possible that it's not us on our end. I'm gonna just try and send a text really fast, and if it doesn't work, then we'll know that I needed to put more balance on it. 397, oh, I'm just announcing my phone number. Okay, I just tried to text my real phone number. Okay, it's not coming through. So I'm just going to, here's my solution. Here is my solution. I'm going to go here and then I'm gonna swap this, but I'm gonna put up my secrets so you all can't text me all the time.
That's not gonna work.
Oh, good. How come?
Because in debug area, it's gonna show up.
Okay. Well, that's my own, this is my real world consequence that I need to up my stinking. What's the point of having a burner phone if I don't update my payment plan every month? So it's my own fault. It's okay. Okay, so let's try it now. Still haven't gotten it.
Yep. That's a 0 status, which is success.
Oh, look. It's sending it to. It's flip-flopped. It's saying that's my Nexmo number. This is what it should be from. Wait, where's it getting this number from? That's the old one. Oh, do I have to redeploy it every time I make a change?
Usually, yes.
Okay, then I forgot to do that.
That's the expected behavior. Sometimes it.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, got it. Sup, fam.
Amazing.
Okay, cool. All right, that feels like that makes sense to me. Okay. If only I remembered how to pay my bill really fast, then it would be easy to do this. I think I might. Let's just say really fast. AT&T, prepaid, pay online. Because I really like, no, I have no idea what my password is for that. Oh, well, okay, all right. So that's making an SMS. What about receiving an SMS?
So that's a little bit more complicated, but still quite nice.
Okay.
So we need to set up a webhook for that. You can find an HTTP in node in the network area. Yes,
Here?
there it is. Yes, connect that to an HTTP response node. Also specify the URL. And I usually add debug as well.
Okay. Wait. Too many.
Just to see what's happening.
To all of it? No, it has to go.
No. Yes. Exactly like that.
Hey, cool. So you can see like if there isn't another little or B thing right here, you know that it's the end of it.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So here, do I want to, what should my URL be? Be my ngrok that we had earlier?
You don't need that here because you're just adding like /SMS, for example. But then when you go into your dashboard, Vonage dashboard, there you will need the ngrok URL /SMS to be set up. So you can either configure this account level or...
let's just make a new one. So this is going to be Node-RED SMS receive. Right?
You won't need an application for that.
Oh.
It's going to be just a setting under your name, I believe. So if you expand Lauren, yes. And I can't see the options, but settings should be probably, yes. And then on the right-hand side,
I'm going to add... You cannot see it either, huh? Well, that's all right. Let's just all see it. And then here, it's going to be the
Embed Messages URL.
Okay. So this, my ngrok.
Yes.
And /SMS. Oh, so this is delivery.
That's going to be your receipt.
I'm on the wrong one. Okay, and a get?
Yep, sounds good. So now if you go back to Node-RED, yes.
Okay.
That looks good to me.
What's this one again? The HTTP response one. Is that what we pulled this in? How do you see what?
Yes.
Oh, I go here. If I forget what it is that I added, I would just go here, right?
Yes.
HTTP.
So in there you can configure what status code it should send back, but 200 OK is the default. So,
so I
even
don't
if you
have
don't
to mess
know
with that.
anything, then it should be working fine.
Okay. Okay. So now what?
I believe now you deploy, and if you send an SMS to your virtual number, then we should see it in the debug area.
Okay. Oh, I have to have debug open. Oh, look. Whoa, that was so easy. That's wild. That's the fastest receiving an SMS tutorial I've ever done on this stream, ever. It's right here if anyone needs to, I said hi there. But same thing, if any of you are in the chat and want to message this, you can. And we will see it. Wow. That, Julia, that really just, that was so fast. I mean, and I had some bugs trying to get my silly burner phone going. And oh my gosh, we're only half an hour in. That's so cool.
What I really like about SMS is usually setting up an autoresponder. Because there's a nice little templating feature in Node-RED.
Cool.
So, for example, in the send SMS node,
this one
is the one that, yes, you can see the curly brackets next to some field labels.
Yeah.
And that means that it supports mustache templating.
Okay.
So, for example, we can set it up so that whenever an SMS comes in, it grabs the phone number that sent that SMS and responds to it. So the from becomes the to, and the to becomes the from.
Oh.
In US, that might be a problem. No, should be fine.
No, this should be okay.
And equally, the text could be templated as a mix of a string.
Right. Oh, okay. So
and then something templated, like you said, double curly brackets message that, and this is when the debug area comes in handy, because we can see how to extract those values exactly. Because you have the message object, and then you can see that
within payload we have access to, well, so this is one that received it, right?
Yes.
And then where's the phone number? Or this is the one that was, this is the one that received it. And this is the one. Okay, got it. Okay.
So then,
what do I need to put in? So this is the send an SMS. So do we have to mess with that one first, or do we do the get the SMS first?
Or the I think the get the SMS is fine, and then we can drag wire in between the get SMS and the send SMS, so that every time an SMS comes in, an SMS gets sent.
Okay,
and then
so
we can template.
Yeah. Those. So do I put it in a string?
You don't need the quotation marks, just straight text. And whenever you need a templated value, that's going to be in between double curly brackets.
Got it. So like that. So we'll do do you know what template render Node-RED uses? Is it handlebars or similar? Yeah, I mean, it feels like, God, I think I've read that. It's not mustache, is it?
It is mustache.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's mustache, to answer your question. Okay, so let's see, what were we just doing? So now what I'm going to do is love how straightforward. Oh, look, we have another question, or we have another comment. That's so nice.
Yeah, they keep coming.
Thanks, Noreen. That's so fun. Okay, so that's so fun. Okay, so I'm going to, what do we want to say back? We want to say back to the phone number.
You're going to need another set of brackets in there. So double to start and double to finish.
Okay, like that.
I believe so.
I know it's really small for you.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
Is this bigger if I go like that? No, that's not that much bigger. Okay.
Should be fine.
Okay.
So I usually use as an example, you said outside of the brackets and then message dot payload dot text inside the brackets without space.
Message dot payload dot
text, I believe.
Yep.
But we're gonna have to double check it in the debug area.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks correct from here. Is that all we want?
And no, we have to sort out the to and the from. So for the to, we have to grab the number that sent us the message.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. So this now has to be, this is going to be the message dot payload dot to or from
I believe the MSISDN.
Oh yeah, not from MS ISD. It's so funny. I can never remember MSISDN, so I think that's correct. And then this one's going to be the to, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Wait a second though. Oh, and we did it at the settings level of my Vonage setting. So any message received to that Vonage number that's synced to my API key and credential, right?
So any message received to any of your virtual numbers.
Right. We'll get that back.
Yes. Do you have anything important running?
Yeah, but whatever. Okay, shoot. This is what I got back. You said. It just says you said. So we need to go to debug.
And see why you don't have.
So look, it has it in here. It says I can see SMS, MS2. So it pulled the correct to. Oh, maybe I flip-flop them. Because I see the text here testing this out. So that must mean then that I need to flip-flop them? Or no?
So the two should be the MSISDN, yes.
No, oh, okay, so that was right. You get into an endless loop where you keep messaging yourself and then responding to yourself, and then you receive the SMS. Yeah, that's what it seems like we would happen. So, okay, so could you get, yeah, okay, that's what you just said that.
I mean,
so how
you
come
have to manually send the SMS to the virtual number for it to respond. So I don't exactly see how that could go on infinitely.
So here it says, hi there, it gets that. We received
but
it.
not the templated
What I get back is just you said, nothing else. So do I have it written out correctly here where it's just you said and then the mustache?
Do you have space in between the brackets and message?
Yep.
Try removing
Delete
that.
those. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I added it for legibility just for while we were writing it. Let's deploy it. Same thing. You said. Okay, so test. We got testing 1, 2, 3, and then the payload for the effort to send. So it's trying to send there. Yep, that makes sense. I did that once with SendGrid's API. Every time I sent an email, it would trigger sending 2 more emails. Oh, that's funny.
Ooh.
That's funny. Okay, so let's see. I'm not familiar quite yet with just this debugging tool of it, but let's see, what would be the way to see? It looks like it has the correct the only reason I think that it might be using my phone number as the MSISIDN to the next, or the Vonage number, right?
So if you get the SMS back, that means that it has the to and from numbers, right?
So it's really just, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. So it's really just our syntax, which we need to play with then of this. Let's at least, could we message payload text, message payload text? Why wouldn't it? Like in theory, you could do a lot of, you could do the keyword that it has.
If your debug area gets too cluttered, then there is a bin.
A bin, yeah. So for example, I just said hello, and I was hoping to get the keyword back hello, but I just got you said. I don't know if it'll focus on, if you can see it, but all of them are just saying you said.
So templating is not working.
I'm just trying to think of, yeah, it just seems like this, but these are working. Isn't that odd? So do I need to, I'm going to delete the you said, and I'm going to do, just to see, this is like really a silly use case that I'm now creating for myself. But then let's delete debug. So I said hi, and it says nothing back now.
Can you open up the send SMS note, please?
Yes, I think
that's a payload. I think you misspelled the payload.
Oh!
All the good idea.
Oh my gosh.
Happens all the time.
Oh my gosh. Spelling errors. Okay. So, yep. Okay. So I wrote spelling errors, and it said, you said spelling errors. So how come when it texts me back, it then doesn't, oh no, you need this to trigger it. Okay, good. That makes sense. Okay. You said spelling errors. It worked. We did it. And really,
yay.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's hard to find sometimes, but thank you you did. You found it.
Yes, I got lucky.
Oh, that's funny. Cool. So yeah, we got it now. So then here it says, and then it says that it sent it. Cool. That's awesome. Neat. So we just walked through that piece of sending, and receiving. And in theory, if we were like working through this, I'm sure you two have. And so Julia and Sam, our other colleague at Vonage, they have every other week, a biweekly stream called the Low Code Hour, where they do this stuff all the time. So if this is something you're interested in doing or learning more about, it's tomorrow is our next episode of that. So that's pretty cool. But then, yeah, I mean, it's cool. You have, even in this tutorial, you have then how to make a voice call, and then how to build a voice response or interactive voice response menu, which is really cool too. So like hearing someone talk and then they give you an input, etc. So it's kind of neat. It all kind of builds on itself really well. And I never opened my code editor this whole time. Like I had, it open, ready to go. I don't know why I did. Like I should not have ever even opened that for today's stream because hello, it's low code. That's awesome. It's really cool.
How did you find that coming from a code background?
I think I was more nervous than I should have been. I think it's really intuitive. And I think that debugging space is really the thing that like you want to spend the most time in, because this all in here kind of does what it promises to. And then here in the debug, like that gave us all the answers we needed, which is really neat. I think there has to be the art of learning how to debug or like how to read what you're getting back, for example, like that the payload of the message. I think there's an art to that. So if someone was totally new, not 100% sure they would know like how to make sense of what's happening over here, because that's really where, how we figure everything out occurs. But otherwise, other than that, like this piece that's happening on the canvas, that seems like the flow of it is really cool. Because then I can see exactly how it works and I understand like what is happening when.
Yeah, I think something important that I should have mentioned is that the interface in between these nodes is JSON. So that's why we have objects in the debug.
Yeah.
Because it's JSON object that is being sent from one to the other.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You can
so
also
maybe if you
export the whole thing as a JSON file.
Cool.
And import it somewhere else and keep using it. It's gonna export everything except your credentials. So that's really handy.
That's nice. What was your path into learning how to like get excited about this or learning Node-RED?
What was my?
Like, how did you get excited, or why develop an expertise in this area?
Actually started with Sam.
Yeah.
We were at a hackathon together with other colleagues of ours, and he was working on something graphical, and I always knew that he's the heavy code and hardware kind of person.
Right.
So I saw him playing around with graphical things, and oh, what is that? Oh, this new thing I'm playing around with. So he introduced it to me, and I initially got hooked because it helps clarify the infrastructure so well.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's so true.
At the time, I was still learning a lot about the Vonage APIs and trying to wrap my head around them, especially voice with all the call control object actions and everything. Like if you look at the Node-RED package, most of the nodes are green.
Yeah,
that's because voice. And I had a hard time with that. And once he showed me what he was working on and the Node-RED version of it, I played around with it, wired it up, and it instantly made sense.
Yeah.
I am also a visual learner, so having it laid out, it really helped.
Yeah, so I think that's a great point. Like being a visual learner, this is something that really is fascinating for me, and it kind of opens up a whole other space to continue playing and exploring. Yeah, I think that's something that I think a lot of people will enjoy. I hope people, and so let me actually add that, like if any of you are curious to learn more, or if you're building something, you can join our Slack. But if you're building something and found a lot of success with it and love the app that you've built and it's using one of our APIs, you should write for our Spotlight program, which invites folks from the community to tell us how they, to essentially write a tutorial and tell us how they use our APIs in fun, innovative ways. And I think there's a lot to be explored in the world of Node-RED, so that would be super cool. So definitely check all that out. What else do we have? If you're interested in becoming a Voyager, we have that program happening. Voyager, the Voyagers. Yep, it is. Voyagers. That is another program that we could get you all involved in. It says here, we're assembling a team of developers passionate about building connected applications and inspiring their communities. If that sounds like you, apply today. Could be really cool. But yeah, I think everything, the code underneath Julia, definitely something to check out. But I mean, yeah. But of course, you then use that to then sign up, which is this link. I just love all the commands that we've added recently, so I'm always trying to use them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Julia, this was so incredible having you on the stream. Oh, just pulled my headphones almost out. It was so fun having you on the stream today. And everyone, please, please, please go check out the Low Code Hour, which we also have on this channel every other Wednesday. So it's definitely something I love tuning into and just learning more from, because they're such experts in the space. We're lucky to have them as our teachers in this.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And yep, tomorrow's episode is going to be a special one, because for a really long time, for the first time, we're going to be building Node-RED, not using it.
Ooh.
So if you're interested in seeing how you can build one of those nodes, like write Node.js to end up with that and use it in the editor, then tune in tomorrow from 10 a.m. Eastern, but definitely 3 p.m. British Summer Time.
Definitely 3 p.m. British Summer Time. But then for me on my time, and I'm on the East Coast, I'm in Miami, and it is at, yeah, you're at 10 a.m. Yeah. It'll be a great episode. I can't wait for you all to check it out. And I guess that's all we have for now. So thank you, Julia. I really appreciate you. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Lauren. See you.
All right. Bye. Okay. And let's go and broadcast.